we've got a socio-political technocrat, Adedayo Kayode. Doctor, can you hear us clearly now?
Yes, I've been hearing you clearly. Are you hearing me too?
Absolutely, yes. Loud and clear. Good morning. How are you today?
Don't mind them. Don't mind them. They want to double cross us so that we won't speak. We must speak.
All right, let's get down to it now. The protesters are saying that they must go to the streets, but the IGP is saying, no, we want a confined protest. What's your take on this, though?
Yes, I've been thinking that the IGP needs to be educated on how protests are being organized. There are different types. There are different ways in which we can organize protests. And the protesters are the ones, that is the agitators, are the ones that can determine the way they want to carry out their protests against whoever they are carrying out with. You can protest by sitting down at home, totally. You can protest by parking your cars on major roads to block it. You can protest through a procession along major roads. While you can also protest through a total boycott. All right? But it is the leaders of the agitators, the protesters, that will determine how they carry out their protest so that their voices can be heard. Not the IGP, and not the military, nor the government, but the leaders of the protesters will determine how, where, when they carry out their activities.
Well said. Now, so let's look at this. Now, everybody has been saying, oh, this protest might turn violent, this protest might be violent. So let's look at the fact. What are the factors that can actually make a protest turn violent? Let's look at the factors. Let's try and address it.
Great. Great. You see, normally, when you allow protesters to exhibit, to pour out what is inside of them naturally, without putting across any form of encumbrances or disturbances on their ways, hardly will you see such turning violent. But in a situation whereby you have those that are against the protest now also mobilizing some other people based on some pecuniary gains for them against the protesters, then there is no way it will not turn violent. Look at the situation of the NSAS in this country, whereby the first 2 days, it was very peaceful. But starting from the 3rd day, when it was alleged, put it in quotes, when it was alleged that the government started using government vehicles to drop hoodlums, that's when we started seeing areas whereby violence was being unleashed on the society. A situation whereby you see policemen firing tear gas on the people, you will see them also fighting back by throwing stones, by making bonfires here and there. So, this protest, for it not to go violent, I will advise the government, especially the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Wike, that has vowed, because I listened to him, that he was going to also sponsor people against this protest. The moment you do that, then you are inviting violence. You are inviting mayhem to the society. Allow protesters to protest peacefully without disturbing them. Allow them to make their grievances known to the government. Because in the first instance, if people had not been hungry, if people have not been dying, if people have not been unleashed some form of excruciating pains upon, there wouldn't have been the need for this protest in the first instance.
All right, thank you.
Why all the money that they are now spending to invite the others that you have not been inviting for meetings before, to invite the clergies for meetings that you have not been inviting before? Why don't you use this money to make succor to the people? Are people beggars? You are not distributing food. Do they say that they want your free food? No. Nigerians are not beggars. We are hard-working people. Provide the enabling environment. Let everything be there. Where there is supposed to be subsidy, let there be subsidy. Stop stealing our money. Stop using our money to buy imported cars. These are what you are saying.
Doctor,
Nigerians need respite.
Yeah, absolutely.
Towards a sustainable, meaningful living standard.
I agree. Let me let you catch your breath a little bit. Why don't you grab a cup of water, if you want to. But
I will have my coffee beside me here.
Fantastic, yes. So let me react to two things you said in your submission. You said that there are different forms of protest, that you can just decide to park your car on the road and just block major roads. And then you also said that allow protesters to protest. Now, it is said that where the exercise of your free will ends, the exercise of my own free will begins, right? So how do you react to a situation where some people do not want to protest and they need to pass through that road you are blocking with your car? That's one. And then how do you react to people like Asari Dokubo and Tompolo, former militants who are saying there must be no protest in their regions? How do you react to people like that?
Yes. When you want to evaluate people that are against these protests, you have to first of all look at it from the point of what we call, in quotes now, table etiquette.
Table etiquette.
Table etiquette, yes.
Okay.
Are they gaining? Are they gaining one thing or the other from this government or not? If they are gaining from this government, okay, will you expect any of the ministers to support this protest?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't expect Tompolo to support the protest. Why? Because you know the amount of contract he has been given towards manning our oil pipes, all the oil pipes here and there. If he's not being given that contract, if that contract is not there for him, will he not support the protest? That's the question we need to ask ourselves. When you also look at Asari Dokubo of recent was complaining about this particular government. And we all knew what happened thereafter. So, do you expect him to support this protest? Now the question we now need to ask ourselves is this. Both Asari Dokubo and Tompolo, what is their population within the Niger Delta? Can only the two of them stop millions of people in Niger Delta that are ready to demonstrate against and bad governance? That's the issue. Now coming back to where one right stops and where one right ends. Now, what the protesters are demanding, Are they demanding for things that will affect just a section of the population and not affect the other side of the population? No. It affects everybody. Because you are a presenter does not mean you'll be buying your bags of rice cheaper than my own. We go to the same market. We still go to the same market. So what affects me affects you. So in anything I am doing to bring that price down, whenever I'm able to bring it down as it's affecting me, it's also affecting you. Not minding whether you were part of the protest or not. So the issue is the agitators, the protesters, in what they are about to do. We need to now find out, are they saying the right thing or not? 1. 2, are they doing the right thing or not? 2. 3, is the time right for their action or not? So with that, we are good to go.
Thank you very much, Dr. Adedayo Kayode. Well, while we hope that there will be non-violent tomorrow, we also hope that the federal government would hear their plight. Thank you very much, Dr. Adedayo.
Thank you.
Dr.
It's my pleasure.
Yes.
Thank you very much.